I just had a conversation that was honestly infuriating, and um, I thought I'd come on here and talk about it, and it's about how you break up with someone. So, because of what I do, my friends know that they can reach out to me for advice. And they have to actually be my friend, though. That's one of the things. It can't be like the only time you reach out to me, which makes this all the more infuriating. So, this is someone I've known a really long time, but usually when he's dating someone, he is not a very good friend. He really struggles to balance those parts of his life. And um, he reached out because he's been dating someone for, God, almost 2 years. She's lovely. Honestly, I mean, when I met her, I was like, oh, okay, because she's really great. And sometimes he's like, not that great. So, anyway, I hadn't talked to him in a long time. And I took the call because I was curious. and and he tells me he wants to break up with her and he wants to know how to do it so he doesn't hurt her. Which is hilarious because a breakup, even when you instigate, even when you agree should happen, is still going to hurt because there's someone in your life who was there a lot and then suddenly they're not. The first thing I asked him was like, have you guys been talking about what's going on in the relationship? Like, is this a conversation that would be a continuation of other conversations? And he said no. He said no. They hadn't talked about it. So she thinks everything's fine. They literally just went away for like a weekend together over Christmas break. And he admits had like a really, really good time. But he said part of it was because he wasn't worried anymore because he knew he was going to break up with her. I mean, this is when I start thinking like, I don't think I even want to be friends with you anymore because, oh my God, that is so mean. He said he hadn't talked to her about anything that he'd been thinking about for a while because he didn't want to get into a whole fight about it. And I said, so you'd rather just blindside her and tell her? And he said he wanted to do it like ripping off a Band-Aid. Hey, you rip off a Band-Aid when a wound is healed, or like it's time to tear it off. You don't just tear it off to cause pain, to just like. So I asked him, how do you think this is gonna make her feel when you blindside her like this? And he said, well, it'll be cleaner because it'll all just be like at once instead of drawn out over weeks or months. Again, this is not someone he dated for 3 months or even 6 months. This is almost 2 years. And they were talking about moving in together the last time I talked to him. So I asked him, like, are you sure you guys haven't talked about anything at all? And he said, no, I've been hiding it really well. Like, he was proud of himself. So I said, you would rather have this woman who you said you loved question her whole reality, question her whole ability to read someone else's signals or signs, question her understanding of how someone who says they love her should treat her, question the people she chooses. So on top of the trauma of suddenly not being with somebody you love and having to get over that, you also want her to doubt herself in all of these ways and have that piled on top of it. He didn't really know what to say to that, and I think by then it was pretty clear to him how I felt about it. We did not end the call very well. The other lesson here is for myself. I'm no longer responding to or answering the call of people who only call me when they need help and never to see how I'm doing. And don't respond to me otherwise, like invitations, until they need something from me.